Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And we have Michelle over at the editor station.
Hey
Why
guys.
don't you flip on that editor cam? Let's see if that's working today. There it is.
There
Look at
she
that.
is.
Oh,
She
it's-
exists.
Turn that way.
It's turned weird, but I guess it's fine.
There you go. You were looking at it. Try it again. There you go. There you go. Look at that eye contact, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at that eye contact.
Alrighty. So let's get this started. Let's see. What are we going to talk about first?
I don't know. I've already got crown in me. I'm in a nice place.
Alrighty then.
I'm in a nice, comfortable buzz.
Let's talk about the new Mortal Kombat cartoon. Have you seen this new trailer? I know we've been playing some Mortal Kombat lately.
I actually follow Phalos. He's a YouTuber who covers a lot of the old Mortal Kombat cartoons.
Yeah,
which were terrible. So it's really funny. They're making.
Don't play too
one.
much of the trailer. They've been tagging our videos for it. Yeah.
Jeez. But
So we just have to do like screenshots. Just go through different.
Yeah, but I mean, this one's pretty interesting. It looks like it's really not the Revenge of Scorpion. It looks like it's just the first Mortal Kombat tournament.
Yeah.
Kind of like the first movie. So, I mean, except Quan Chi. But I think that's the side story is Quan Chi brought back Scorpion is what it looks like. But the rest of it seems to be the straight up, like, the story of the first Mortal Kombat tournament. I'll watch it. I won't. I won't. I wouldn't want to support any kind of activities you shouldn't be doing. Piracy. So I'll watch it, is what I will say. But I'm also going to keep. I've seen how bad their cartoons are. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if you remember,
Mortal
but I
Kombat
remember
cartoons
how bad.
in general have not been the greatest.
And I haven't looked it up to find out if it's rated R. It didn't look rated R. I didn't see a swath of blood. And I'm not gonna lie. If it's not super hyper violent, it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know if it's rated yet. It's not supposed to come out for.
Dude, it looked real kid friendly by the trailer though. Like you didn't see a single. I don't know if I even saw a hit land more than a couple of times, but there was no blood. And if this is going to be about Scorpion, I want to see people on fire.
It does say the R-rated film.
Okay, well they kept it out of the trailer then. So by the trailer you're not going to see it, but maybe there'll be some day that was all off screen, all the blood and murder.
Mm-hmm. Our editor pulled up another article that mentioned
that's
the
why
R-rated.
That's why she's the S-class editor, man. You know, special class, bonus points.
I figure you're all right though. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. It should have the gore. It should. I mean, that's why. Honestly, come on. That's why we play the video game. It's not that great of a fighting game.
But it's violent.
But it's violent. The fatalities are fun. The brutalities are fun. You know.
Yeah, it isn't. It isn't like in Street Fighter when I got set on fire by poison. It was just cute. Like you get set on fire in Mortal Kombat, you're screaming, ah, oh god, no, ah. In Street Fighter, it's like you're taking DOT. Ouch.
Yeah. You like flash with this red.
Yeah, you flash a
aura.
little cute red, and I'm just like, oh look, I'm on fire. Do I care? I think I just ran up and tried to knock you out before I got defeated. And There was a slight panic, but yeah. You get poisoned, you just turn a cute purple.
I did play some of the new Joker on Mortal Kombat.
I missed that.
He was fun. He was fun. I enjoyed him.
You know, this is something I'm glad you brought this
you want
up.
to pull a picture of that up?
A still picture. For copyright reasons. No, the only thing that I wanted to say that I was talking to some people last night about, I game Saturday nights, is that we were critiquing the fact that Mortal Kombat, notorious for not having the best writing.
Yeah.
Like its story is really wonky, but it has some good characters. The characters are interesting. They stand out. But good writing. They got Joker right better than so many DC movies and other stuff that it was practically sad that you look at this and go, how can the MK11 crew do Joker better than the people who have the license for Joker?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Jared Leto and some other excursion attempts. I don't get it. It's not that hard. Clearly what it is that there's some actual Joker fans at the Never Night, whatever they call it. MK11's greatest. I don't give a crap, man. Never Night Soft.
They say the Joker. He played well. He was an interesting character. I love the comedy they threw into him, while being also maniacally brutal, you know.
The Joker?
Yeah.
Yes, he feels like he's
You know,
the Joker.
From pulling out just a can of gasoline and pouring it on the stage.
You want to see
crazy. To pulling out the gun with a Batman puppet.
I'll save the day. I mean, dude, he feels like the Joker, and I do want to say that. If you like the Joker, they did a good job. He feels like the Joker. The greatest disappointment I had was that, like I said, is that just made me think about all the times people can't seem to get the Joker right, and you're just like, really, these guys, this Joker would have been great in Suicide Squad. He feels way more like the Joker.
You know, they even gave him different dialogue depending on who he was fighting, which was pretty good.
Oh, all the intro dialogue's hilarious.
So, yeah. No, it was pretty good. Anyway.
And he's so toxically male and male toxic.
See, I was trying to move on to the next subject before Q got his...
He literally says, I respect boundaries. He says that to Jackie, man. He's toxic male.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's sad, though? The one thing I've heard people complaining about is there's not a Joaquin Joker Phoenix skin. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker, they don't have a skin for that Joker. And people were kind of going like, aw. And I even said, like, I'm surprised. They normally, like, they have all the Terminator movie skins. They have Shang Tsung's Mortal Kombat movie skin. They even think they got Johnny Cage's movie skin.
It may have been a licensing issue. You know?
Yeah, that was almost done, almost off to the side. So there could be other people that have to get paid to get that skin.
Yeah. I mean, it may actually involve Phoenix, and you know how he's sort of eccentric anyway. So
he's a very interesting human being. You know, he's a super animal rights. He had to go comfort some pigs.
So
he's a unique person. I can't believe that's what they were worried about the Joker movie. I'm like, what about the crazy stuff he just does being Joaquin Phoenix? Like,
so New Mutants director. Josh Boone thinks Fox learned wrong lessons from X-Men Apocalypse. And I was just like, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, we all saw what was Dark Phoenix. Like, we realized that they learned the wrong lessons from Apocalypse. No one had to tell us.
Did they learn their lesson? Because they made a lot of the same crappy mistakes in the Dark Phoenix. I'm like, did they learn? But I don't know. I haven't seen enough of the New Mutants to judge it, because the New Mutants looks like a horror movie.
Well, I mean, yeah. No, I mean, it looks like it's going to be an interesting movie.
It looks like a grittier version of The Runaways.
We'll see,
you know how The Runaways is a little bit dark, but not that dark, and it dealt with a younger generation. It feels like a grittier, darker, version of the Runaways, which is the one reason I'm interested in watching it, because I love The Runaways. But it's way more horror than it is them being
like
mutants.
Go back up to the top there where you have some more of the screenshots. I mean, all these screenshots are very dark, you know.
Yeah, darkly lit. Shadowy.
They're very shadowy, so yeah, it definitely looks like
that's
about more the brightest screenshot I've seen.
This gives off more of an older Stranger Things vibe than it does anything else. Like, I see this and I kind of think of like Stranger Things season, was it 4? The one that got a lot scarier.
Mm-hmm.
The last season was supposed to be darker. Like, I think of that. Like, I don't see any of the X-Men's last class or whatever at all.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean,
now there's some weird looking actors, but I mean,
yeah. So we'll see. I mean, look at that. Is that supposed to be the film cover over there with like the faces and the plastic? Yeah. Very top corner.
Over.
This one.
Yeah. Hey! They owe Freddy Krueger some money.
Yeah, I mean,
they owe Freddy Krueger some money, man. Like y'all.
I love how the date keeps changing every time you click on it, because it's changed so many times.
Pushing back. So I mean, I find it amusing that they're worried that they learned a long lesson from like, the Apocalypse one, and I'm like, no, this is something very different. This is clearly very different. It's going to be great, because I think it's going to be a wonderful bad movie night. Like, you go watch it, you drink, you pregame, and then you go see it, and you laugh your ass off.
Okay.
Do we want to go see it, man? We can sit back, hit the sake. We still got some of that sake left.
Go grab an Uber and.
Yeah, we can go get sushi. We can pregame sake, go get sushi, eat more sake, go watch it, And I don't know why I want to do like Saki before I go, but I think it's just
I don't know why you want to do Saki either. Like,
I think it's gonna be almost as
I
bad
think I need
as the
something.
new Monkey
I think
King.
I need something a little harder before going to see.
Oh, all right. Well, we've got a cabinet. So.
Um,
But I think if we pregame and go see this, grab an Uber. I'm not joking. This sounds like a fun night. Like, get messed up, go watch this movie, laugh our tails off till they want to kick us out of the theater, come back, and then record a drunk review. I think that would be fun. Well, you tell us if y'all want to see that. If you want to see a drunk review of the New Mutants.
All righty. Let's get a random encounter in here.
Look, man, there's not a lot of ways to make this movie good. Look at it.
Oh. All right. You want to roll or?
No.
All right. I'll roll then.
I'm coming up with dumbass ideas. I've already got too much crown in me. You want me to roll first?
All right, 10. Disney time. Should Disney release the R-rated Fox properties on Disney Plus? I think that once they get their format, I think they definitely need to do something similar to Netflix with a kids login versus a normal login.
We think too much.
And then yes, I mean, as it's set up right now, I probably would hold off on those, and that may be what they're doing. But as far as releasing the R-rated stuff, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't eventually get. I mean,
they own it, and it needs to be a place to get it.
Yeah,
I think, like you said, a sub channel. I think that people expect Disney to be kid friendly, so instead of doing a Disney Kids, I think they ought to have a sub channel for the R-rated stuff. It just be like, yeah, this is a sub channel. Your kid shouldn't be in here at all because this isn't kid appropriate. Just because the default mode of Disney is kid friendly. Default mode. Everybody expects the Disney Plus to be kid friendly to a certain degree. So I would just have like a Disney.
I think if they want to be a viable streaming service, they will eventually have to go.
What do they do? I'm just saying they should separate the R-rated material into another subcategory instead of the kid stuff, because they got more kid stuff than they got anything else. And a lot of their stuff's that weird cross genre that it's kind of kids and adults, like
Well, I mean, the thing is too. I mean, I'd actually just have it where you could set it up with. Have multiple logins or multiple accounts. Have it where you can set it to G only, PG 13.
People are lazy, man. They ain't gonna do all that work.
And that way, I mean,
you're right, but the parents are.
Well, because I know a lot of parents that don't want their kids to see Spider-Man and stuff like that because it's PG 13.
True. I think Disney 18 plus. Boom. That's gonna be. They're gonna steal that from you. Disney. So I think it would be
better to just have it where your accounts that you divide it into can actually have a maximum rating.
I'm pitching Disney 18 plus.
I'm pitching intelligence.
Good luck. Good luck, motherfucker. You ain't gonna get that off. Disney 18 plus. There you go, Disney. You can have that because you probably already. You probably copyright hit me for coming up with it. You know how Disney is.
As far as them utilizing Hulu to do that, I think them utilizing Hulu just makes it feel like they're double dipping because they're trying to get you to subscribe to two different streaming services at that point.
And I'm not cool with that. That's gonna tick me off.
So, all right,
bam, that was a thinker there. But I came up with Disney 18 plus. It's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Screw you! You just hating on my style.
I am. I'm hating on your style. Do we want to jump into the Warcraft now? The big one?
Well, yeah, because you can't jump into that other one. You got to float in midair.
First, click on the Google News link first there, and
news for Google,
and share that. So. The Warcraft 3 Reforged has gotten some pretty bad reviews, and so I had seen a couple articles on it, so I typed it into my Google News feed to get some different articles when looking at this, and I found this pretty hilarious. And this just gets me about
Forbes.
about media in general. So you have Forbes. You see that second article down there on the screen. If you're watching this video, it says Warcraft 3 Reforged is a disaster. Here's why fans are so upset. Which
is a lot.
Accurately, I think represents what's currently going on. But then, like today, they did another article on Warcraft 3.
3 days later.
With the Warcraft 3 Reforged Metacritic review bombing campaign has escalated. So the second one, they're doing the whole, like...
They flip sides.
Yeah.
What it is that the Blizzard check arrived in those last 3 days.
Oh.
So they now switched and said, they're review bombing Warcraft 4. So it's like, you were literally talking about, like, it's a piece of trash 3 days ago. Like, you didn't have that check 3 days ago.
Now, I would like us to go to the Wikipedia review of review bombing and the definition of review bombing, because I just have a feeling that people don't really know what review bombing is, because I've seen this. I mean, we've talked about this on the show several.
Just your soapbox. Go ahead, man. Your soapbox, yeah.
We've talked about this on the show several times about how we keep seeing things go, oh, they review a review bomb of Batwoman, a review bomb of this, a review bomb of that, you know. And it's like everything is review bombed. If people don't like it, it's review bombed. But that's not what review bombing is. So a review bomb is an internet phenomenon in which large groups of people leave negative user reviews online in an attempt to harm the sales and or popularity of a product. Now,
note, there's the rest of that.
Particularly to draw attention to an issue with the product or its vendor. And this is normally when there's like something like an issue that is not the thing just being bad. Like there are reviews and there are review bombs. Review bombs are where people are going out and bombing reviews.
What you're saying is basically review bombing has a outright negative connotation that's been specifically put on it by the media. So when they use the word review bombing, they're doing that famous thing we hate where a person tries to give you a pre-opinion on something that, you know, is just a manipulation. They say review bombing to make you think it's fake. Because when you hear review bombing, what do you think? Oh, they're leaving fake reviews. That is not necessarily the case. It actually turns out Warcraft 3 Reforged does suck. And people are trying to let folks know about it because going into that next part, you can't get your dang money back.
Well, yeah.
Easily.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't like the term review bombing as it keeps acting like, oh, no, these group of people are just downvoting this game just because, you know, just because they don't like Blizzard or they. No, it's because they did a bad job.
And the people doing these bombings are people that were playing Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
We're still playing Warcraft 3. That's fans. Because, I mean, that's not exactly a new game. Go to
the that one. So, here now we have Blizzard.
We got this article from CCN.
Banning people for telling people how they're able to get their refund. So, like, this should be public knowledge. This should be, you know.
Well, here's the thing. I actually know more about this. I've actually looked into this. And what it is that the current Blizzard way it's set up is designed to automatically turn you down when you try to get a refund for the Warcraft 3 Reforged. And what it is that there's a way to navigate the auto system. Because basically, if you don't know how to get around this, you can't even submit a refund request. So there's a way you got to finagle to get it to even let you get it in there. And people were telling them, no, you need to hit this, go here, type this in, and then you can get to the page to actually submit a refund and somebody will talk to you. It doesn't even give you an automatic refund. This just gets you to the point where people have to talk to you about the product. Yeah. And they're banning people from this out because they're like, we don't want people to even know how to talk to us about it.
It's the old melon rebate theory. If I make it so hard, if I make you have to go through these extra steps to be able to get this, your laziness will win, and I won't have to refund you your money.
I ran into this with the call-in system. There's an automated system I called in. I remember I kept trying. I had a problem with I want to say it was one of my services. And it would go, if you're having this issue, press this. And when you press that button, it would go, it would literally hang up the call. It would literally go, oh, well, you can't get help with this. Click. But I was like, but it was the only option. Yeah. So I had to go in and lie and go like, hey, I'd like to pay my bill. You know what I mean? To get some, and then I want to pay with a live rep. And then I got someone on the phone and I yelled at them until they sent me over to the department I wanted. So this is basically what this was. It was like, it's auto telling you to go to heck when you try to get a refund, but there's a way to get to a rep to talk about it. And they were like, how dare you tell people how to get customer service from us? So they started banning them from the forums, and that really caused a nasty, because I've read some of the conversations. This guy had a whole conversation back and forth through text, and basically the rep just told him, yeah, you've got, actually that might be it there, that on the screen where it's like, oh, you have playtime on this. And he's like, no, I don't. The game wouldn't load. You're counting as playtime me being stuck on a screen where it was not working. And the guy goes, that's too bad. And literally ends up, like, after a back and forth, just goes, well, I've already told you what I can, and just have a nice day. And just ends it.
Yeah.
And that's just been like, you can imagine that's not gone over well. So Blizzard is getting really nailed, because the biggest thing about it is that you don't have a choice. If you have Warcraft 3, it apparently updated your Warcraft 3 to the Reforged version regardless. So people even said, we don't have a choice but to use the broken version. The broken version overwrote the version we had. So there's a reason these people are pissed, because they're like, hey man, I get up today, I turn on Warcraft 3, and I got this crappy version. That's something that pissed me off. I'd be like, hey, can I at least like backdate this? Can I get this unpatched? I'll give this to Bethesda. They broke my Fallout 4 and Skyrim a couple of times, but I could go back and roll back the update.
Well, and I mean,
I've done that to get it working again.
Blizzard caring about their customers, like this article is saying here. Blizzard stopped caring about its customers a long time ago, and I mean that's a little hyperbolic, but I mean at the same time, I mean we've seen it at BlizzCon, we've seen it with the Hong Kong thing, we saw it with the Diablo Eternal thing. It's just like they keep missing the mark constantly when it comes to their customers. And they're pretty unapologetic. Yeah. And they're relatively unapologetic to when they're pissing off their customers.
That one too, just a quick, we won't go over it, but yeah, the weird way they do their intellectual property is messed up, dude. Like I watched a video before I came over here where this guy read the whole policy, and basically Blizzard has a right to take anything you make for their map maker, anything you use in Warcraft is theirs. And it even had some weird part where they could demand you make more. It was like, you'd have to read it. But like, if you want to hear more, check out YouTube. But their intellectual property rules for Warcraft is like crazy aggressive.
I will
negative.
say, now, when it comes to map makers and intellectual property for video games and stuff like that, most of them are really horrific if you actually read them. Like, they
could be. I just know that Blizzard had this one section there where basically it was like, not only do we own everything you do, but we could ask you to do more.
I haven't read Blizzard, so I don't know if it's worse than normal.
It sounded like they could make you work for them for free more if they liked your map. I don't know if that's true, but it sounded like they could go, hey, we like that, make more, or else you're in trouble. But what are you talking about? I said, make more. We're not going to pay you. We own everything. We just want more of your work, punk. You know.
Don't you realize when you voluntarily made something for our game,
now you work for us.
You arbitrarily signed a contract to do whatever we want.
Like weird sweatshop fucking like intellectual property laws. There we go. But yeah, basically Blizzard is going, hey, we won't let Bethesda win, damn it. We're on your tails. The question though is, can they really catch up? Because as bad as they did this, Fallout 76 is just a beast.
Fallout 76 is one major thing.
But it's so bad. It's like, you know what? Let's give it credit to Bethesda. Let's stop for a moment. Bethesda does it big.
Yeah,
they don't do a lot of games, but when they put them out,
they're go big or go home.
Yeah,
I mean,
Skyrim was a phenom, and Vault 76 was a phenom. It was a different kind of phenomenon, but it was a phenom.
I mean, you can go back to Morrowind was huge. Oblivion was huge. I mean, yeah, no, they've always gone big.
I mean, we don't know. Before February is out, they may be like, Blizzard, we're going to get back on top. We did this with Vault 76.
I mean, you gotta remember back in the day, Bethesda was releasing games you couldn't even play all the way through before you get several patches to fix it. I mean,
Game saves, man. All I know is that the ones where you lost your like 80
Now that
hours.
was the thing. Bethesda was never too bad about losing game saves. Now,
Well, it was bad though about you getting into a state where the game locked up, where
But
like a quest got locked up
but
and you couldn't progress.
A lot of those were because of mods.
I want to say there were a couple times you could a quest could get locked up, and you better have multiple saves. But it might have been mods. I'm gonna say
I will
I've been
say,
modding
most
for
of the
a
time
while.
where I hear somebody lost their saves or something screwed
Or
up,
the game locked up.
or the game locked up with Bethesda, it was usually because of modding.
Like I know, well, no, there wasn't modding because I know for a fact that I kept running into the Nick Valentine in Fallout 4 where you couldn't continue his quest, and that happened on its own.
Oh, okay.
And now constantly crashing when I try to do Automatron. I have to go in and manually skip the quest where you go to the.
You have modded the hell out of your stuff, though.
The Nick was before that, though. Before I even knew about mods.
The
Nick Valentine was before that.
But you can't blame anything on.
I want to play Master Chief in Fallout 4. Okay, screw you. By the way, Mishra's Armory, good work, excellent mods, man. Good job. Yeah.
Oh.
Shout out to the mods, man. They do good work.
So D&D is Wizards
You're
of the
more
Coast.
optimistic than me about this.
Wizards of the Coast new game studio is making a new sci-fi RPG with BioWare vets. I mean, are they trying to beat Bethesda to the sci-fi RPG?
I know you're a little more optimistic because you brought up all the great things BioWare did, but I was thinking about all the bad things they've done recently. But you're saying this is the old school
vets,
BioWare.
the former BioWare vets, not the current regime, the former. It even says the BioWare games such as Baldur's Gate, Dragon Age, Neverwinter Nights, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I gotta admit, that's a good resume. But then it's also Wizards of the Coast, and Wizards of the Coast, man. Makes you throw up a little bit in your mouth, man. Like, there was a time, but that was a long time ago.
I mean, yeah. Wizards of the Coast can do some stupid things.
It only takes one turd in the cake to ruin the cake, and Wizards of the Coast may be what ruins this. It may not be the old BioWare vets.
Well, no, you're right. You're right.
So the question is Wizards of the Coast going to be hands-off and let them make another Dragon Age or Baldur's Gate or, KOTOR-style game? Or are they going to stick that nasty toe in there and screw up the whole thing? Because it only takes one. You could have a whole dream team and one of these idiots, and they screw the whole thing up. And that's what I'm worried about.
Blood Axe says, Wizards of the Coast micromanage everything.
That they are notorious
for. Which
for.
they are notorious for, especially if you're into, their Magic of the Gathering tournaments. The number of things that they put on a comic book shop to allow them to be able to have tournaments at their shop is insane.
And they've made some weird choices with their recent stories. I've heard a lot of old school Magic heads are not happy.
To be an official Magic Gathering shop, you have to have things like, it's like cushioned seats, cushioned chairs.
You need your Wizard of the Coast knee pads. That's the short of it.
Yeah, there's
cushioned knee pads, memory foam.
There's a lot of weird things on that list to be, and needless to say, they micromanage the hell out of stuff. So yeah,
Jesus,
they could definitely.
Oh my God! Look how long that is. Holy crap!
Yeah, throw that up on the screen there. Yeah,
they have a 54-page PDF of what it takes to be able to do their tournaments.
Oh,
that ain't the contract. That's just the description. Oh wow! All the roles you need. You need 6 officials. Well, no, the players don't count, but you need a tournament organizer, head judge, floor judge.
But in the comic book shops, of course, you have to have specific gear for your comic book employees.
You need your DCI number, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's interesting. I'm not going through all those things, so it's way too much.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So the question is Wizards of the Coast going to micromanage these talented game developers and creators to the point that it doesn't matter how good they are because Wizards of the Coast, like I said, just peas in the pool.
Well, and I mean, here's another concern. You know, Wizards of the Coast has been sort of jumping on some of the social.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna go this. It was you this time. It wasn't me.
Well, I'm
It
not.
was you.
I'm not going in depth or anything, but I know. You know, a lot of people have been disappointed with them on some of their judgments due to social justice.
What's worse, they've been jumping on and off because they've also made a long time gay character straight just because they were worried like her book or something wouldn't sell. And I was just like, wow, you can't even pick a side to stick to it. Look, I talk a lot of trash about SJWs, but I respect the ones that at least stick to their guns.
Come on, most of these companies that do this are thinking they think that it is
profitable.
Because that's let's admit it, most companies they're looking at the bottom line. They're very misguided at so many times, but I guarantee you they're not doing this stuff because they think it's good from the bottom of their heart.
And that's why I got to give at least this props out. I give a lot of crap to Batwoman and Supergirl and CW, but they stick to their guns. Yeah. They're hemorrhaging money, and they don't care. So at least that lets me know they're serious about it. So I'm like, hey, man, they really believe they're doing something.
Yeah,
but
I don't think Magic the Gathering really
But this
believes.
fair weather bull crap is even more insulting than the people who go too far in the pursuit of social justice. Because these are people that go too far are trying, in their mind, to do something good. But this is just some fake-ass crap, and I hate fake more than anything.
I mean, I think they just throw on the scales. What do we think? What weighs more this time? Oh, I think this weighs more. So
I'm just wondering, will we be forced without a choice to play a black female character for the main character in this game?
You're still on that, man. Get off that.
That was a shout out at Assassin's Creed where they said that guy who said they need to take away you even having a choice. That was the different shout out.
I'm gonna reach out to some of my black female friends and get one on the show just so we can.
I'm fine with that. I've been hated for a long time by a lot of black women.
I'm gonna have to get something to counterbalance you. And
actually, you may be surprised because, like I said, I don't mind a well done one, dude. Some of my favorite actresses.
No, I was actually talking to one of the black girls at work about the show, and I was like, yeah, he went on a black woman rant. And he was like, oh, what did he say? I was joking with her, and he's just like, I know, right? And I was like, crap.
See,
my sisters I was trying to get you riled up, because I like getting people riled up.
Dude, let me tell you something. My favorite actress is Angela Bassett. She is friggin' amazing. I love a strong black woman. That isn't what we're getting, though. You show me one of these shows where they've done this, where they have a real black actress on there. One with presence and poise and friggin' charisma and capability. They're not. They're picking these weird little side chicks you've never seen before.
Roll a damn die, man. Get a random
get us a good actress. We've got good actresses.
Roll.
Where's Halle Berry?
Roll.
I'm not saying she's a good actress, but I mean, at least she ain't some random person you pulled off the side of the street.
You got the topic you wanted.
I got it. Oh, I'm amazing. Fucking Q dog in the house, motherfucker. Oh, I can't believe I actually wanted 6 and got it. I wasn't even paying attention. I roll better than you when I ain't trying.
Spider-Sense. Which Spider-Verse character should have a standalone film?
It's hard because there's 2 that are so good in the Into the Spider-Verse movie. I like Spider-Gwen and I like Penny, but I think
know which one I want.
But I think for a full movie, Spider-Gwen would be the best to have a movie. I'd like to see more Penny Parker. She was very entertaining. I don't know if she can hold down an actual sit in a chair for 2 hours movie. But I like Spider-Gwen a lot. The version they did in the Miles Morales movie, that one. I'm not saying that ain't the one from the comics, but I liked her a lot. She is easily my favorite character for that movie besides Miles. And kind of like the old Peter Parker because that was just a cool look. But no, Spider-Gwen was awesome. And I think she could carry an entire movie. Easy.
You know me. I want Spider-Noir.
I don't know if he can carry a
black
whole
and white
movie.
Spider-Man.
Can he carry a whole... I mean, no, they said a movie, though. They didn't say a show. They said a movie.
Nicolas Cage did the voice.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll admit. But I don't know, man. It's hard to sit through a whole Nicolas Cage movie,
no,
too,
man.
though.
Spider-Noir, I'd watch it, man. He has to have the Rubik's Cube with him still. and
I would love to watch a Penny or a Spider Noir series. Even old Spider-Man is a series.
Mhm.
But for a sit-down film, Spider-Gwen. I could sit for 2 hours and watch her. She was pretty cool. I liked her. Yeah.
I'm Spider Noir. I still think it would be awesome.
2 hours?
Yeah,
Of Nicolas
man,
Cage?
I'd do a 4-hour movie on
Oh.
Spider Noir,
All
man.
right, I'll give it to you.
What about you, Michelle? What do you think?
Well, I do think that Spider-Gwen would be a fantastic movie, but I kind of also think that it could be a 2-hour movie to see the old Peter Parker redeem himself.
That could be a heartwarming story if they went for the feels on it, because he went back to see Mary J. and seeing him getting his life back together.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be for the kids. That would be something more to appeal to us older fans that could get what he's going through.
Yeah.
But Spider-Gwen would be a hit with the kids. My boys liked it. Like, this is why they say, like, people don't like female characters. Like, what the heck are you talking about? She was all three of our
she was
favorite
really
character in
awesome.
the movie. Spider-Gwen
Yeah.
was a hit. You know what I'm saying? With us, we thought, like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, with the elder Peter Parker, I could definitely see him going back, doing the redemption story with, and probably, I bet you, they'd probably, you throw in like, I don't know, a Boys and Girls Club type scene where you help some teens or inner city kids, because I mean he hated kids at the beginning, but then he sort of
He definitely didn't like kids. Yeah.
But
see, that's the same problem that Noir has, is that we love the Noir. I love Noir. You love Noir. Man, kids these days don't even know what the hell Noir was. They didn't know why he was black and white. They were just like, that's weird. Why isn't he in color? Like, I was like, don't worry about it.
But no, Spider Noir, Bloodaxe says he thinks it would make a good short film, and probably it'd
About an
probably
hour,
be better as a short film.
For us old heads.
But it is something I just really like that
It was
that
so
style.
And Nicolas Cage is a maniac, so having Nicolas Cage voice anything.
And it was actually Nicolas Cage in a good role. I mean, he did a good job.
But that's because Spider Noir is literally in
It's
this book
probably
of a little off.
It's probably the best thing he's done in the last decade.
The bees,
so.
no, the bees, not the bees. They're in my eyes. We love you, Nick, but my God, what the heck, man?
All righty. What else we got here?
They didn't pull out did they show his guns in the movie? I can't remember. Did he have his guns? Because Spider Noir wields like guns, man.
But the CD Projekt Red article, it was right next to the D&D one.
Near the end.
So anyway, CD Projekt Red has had a lot of rumors going on about it for a while.
That's just whining.
There it is.
She buffering? Was she buffering? She just froze. I entered just willing to wait.
CD Projekt Red refutes rumors regarding Cyberpunk 2077 delays. No
what's
hidden
going on.
agendas. Just working on making the game better. So apparently there was a couple of things that came out where somebody was saying that they thought it was some kind of hidden agenda of, I guess, waiting for future tech, or I don't know. There was a lot of just weird stuff, and then like
people that are too
supposedly one of
bored.
the developers even came out and said, "Yeah, that's it. You hit the nail on the head," or something.
Yeah, they're being silly, man. I mean, dude, they're just working on a game. And if there is a conspiracy, who cares? They're working on a game. You're still not going to get it any quicker.
I mean, and that's the thing that got me, was sort of the conspiracy type angle to it. It's just like, well, of course. I mean, any company that does something like delay a project, I mean, there's an agenda to it. I mean, to make the game better is an agenda. To clean up the code is an agenda.
I mean, that's what I was getting. I was like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect? Yeah, they did it because of blah. I was like, I don't know why I care.
Yeah.
Well, you cracked the case, buddy. Ooh.
If they have some weird conspiracy agenda, I'm looking forward to seeing what that is, I guess.
I want to looking forward to seeing how you're going to make it matter.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they've started pulling Aztec technology and they're like sacrificing kids.
Like I was sort of surprised that that the CD Projekt Red even bothered making
they're bored.
a response.
They're bored. They got free time. They're waiting on the game to get finished, so they're just like, "What's now? Yeah, let's go."
But yeah, they said we have an important news regarding Cyberpunk 2027's release day. We'd like to share with you today. Cyberpunk 2027 won't make that was the original release. So
I think they literally should have said. I think they should have literally played along. I think they should have said, "Silence. We know where you live." They should have just played along with the conspiracy. Did you find the bodies? Like just mess with them. I'm an a-hole. I would just literally.
But yeah, here's where I think the quest design coordinator Philip Weber stated. Corey Barlog, which is the guy who started the whole conspiracy or the agenda thing, hit the nail on the head. Of course, we're optimizing for the Xbox One and for the PlayStation and for the PC because that's what you do in a Yeah, okay, so that's what the Once again, agenda. Yeah, of course we have an agenda. It's to make the game.
They ruined
better.
it. They should have said like, "We have an agenda, but you'll never know. We're actually waiting until after the election." Da, da, da. That would fuck with everybody. Nobody would know what that means. They'd be like, "Oh."
Yeah.
they just type in Brexit. That's all, and nobody goes, "What does that mean? What's that got to do with it?" Da, da, da. Just like get all.
But yeah, and here they're basically saying the same thing I was saying. So simple answers like they delayed the game because of X might make for a good rumor, but don't hold a lot of truth. There's always many reasons among.
That's such a boring answer. I wanted something better.
Among them.
They could have did better.
Simply fixing bugs. The game is as polished as possible. No hidden agendas. Just working on making the game better. And I guess that's the thing. The hidden agenda, no. I don't believe there's a hidden
They should have had pictures of shady people sneaking in the back door. CD Projekt Red, man. They should have really played with this.
Honestly, with a game like Cyberpunk, it would have been well within the theme of the game to sort of go with some
actual characters dressed up as Cyberpunk characters sneaking in.
Yeah, especially if you can get what's his name?
The
Matrix dude.
Come on. Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves. Get Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, have
involved,
Keanu Reeves creeping in and out of the back door. Yeah. Have it show a dude tied to a chair with a bag over his head. Just weird pictures and just be like, it's all a conspiracy.
Yeah, you get Keanu Reeves involved since he's in the game and then
like,
it makes it all
do like
all that
some
much
of those
more fun.
Start putting secret codes hidden in sentences that they got to go look up, and when they look it up, it just goes, "You're really bored, aren't you?" Like that's the decoded message.
Oh, all right. Last article we have is Howard the Duck. I think.
Wait, we're not doing.
no,
we're not doing the magic movie.
We'll save that one for last. Okay, we'll do Howard the Duck. Then we'll do the magic movie. Because that one's going to take us a while, too. We may do our last random encounter before we jump into the
jump
F9.
Or fly. Or swing.
Whatever.
Or catch a...
So this one was submitted by Blood Axe, Howard the Duck, and Tigra and Dazzler officially canceled at Hulu.
Yeah, this one mainly popped up in our feed because being Marvel fans, Marvel announced a lot of shows.
Yeah.
A lot of shows. And they're starting to fall off because this is the only two I think I've heard are
I honestly passed this up because I just, Marvel canceling stuff or postponing stuff has been such a constant that I haven't been keeping up. And so I'd sort of missed the Howard the Duck and Dazzler canceled thing.
People are looking forward to Dazzler though. She hasn't had a lot.
I was looking forward to Howard the Duck. Of course, I didn't know that Kevin Smith was doing it, and I don't know if Kevin Smith has the mentality to do Howard the Duck right anymore. Since
Howard the Duck has got to be a little bit of an edgy and slightly darker show, just because the humor in Howard the Duck was kind of messed up. And Kevin Smith seems to have really gotten soft around the edges.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to save the turkeys. I mean, he'd probably throw some save
crying
the ducks,
at Star Wars, like fucking
no more eating duck. I don't know, man. I like duck. Duck's
it might have. I told you, it might have just been a PETA movie. It might have just been a Duck's Rights.
Quit saying PETA movie. Or pedophile.
I didn't say it that time. It was you that time. I called him a pedophile.
But that's
camera,
all
sir.
I keep hearing that in my head now.
Man. You didn't see him rubbing those turkeys down. He brought his daughter to do it. Man, that was weird. Come rub the turkeys with me. This Thanksgiving, rub a turkey. Don't eat a turkey. Rub a turkey. You can still stuff it, but in a different way.
All right, random encounter. Come on, editor. Throw a die for us.
I don't like that you implied that
which
I
one
was
do you want?
Okay.
Here, have a die. One of dies. I already rolled a 10. These are the worst. 10 again. Roll a different
She
one.
wants 10.
That one's going to roll a 6. Nope, 19. Women in geek culture. Look at this.
You rolled the right one. Our editor, the only
Yeah.
female person that'll hang out with us apparently lately.
Yeah, I
women in
think there
geek
might
culture.
be something wrong with me.
Turn on that camera.
Is it okay?
Edit a cam time.
Is it okay to gender bend comic characters into films?
Ooh, I don't wonder I'm not allowed to call on this.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Ooh, let's
Yeah.
let you do that one.
Yeah,
I've got nothing good to
Let's
say
get that
about
editor
that.
cam up. Come on. There we go. So gender bending comic book characters in film.
If the original character was a male, I don't really see why you need to have a female portrayed as that character. Like most superhero characters have like a female counterpart, so why just change that original character to a male? I mean, or a female, whatever.
Well, I mean, either way, turn
Yeah, either
a
way.
female
Oh, yeah,
character
either one,
male
yeah.
or a male character female.
I mean, those female characters and those male characters are awesome for a reason. Gender bending them isn't gonna make them better, in my opinion.
all right.
No, I mean, I'm glad. I mean, that's a very biological opinion. She made a good point, though, when she said there usually is a female character to utilize. You don't even have to, like, like Blood Axe saying, why don't you use a new character? I'm like, dude, there often is a female character already.
Yeah.
There is amazing, especially for Marvel. Marvel has an amazing cast of female characters.
I know. That's
Especially
sort
now
of
that they have the X-Men
yeah.
franchise. Which
That's
has
sort of
some
the funny
best.
thing with Marvel replacing, because they do have a large number of them of female characters out there. It's just none of them.
It's like with the whole
got the popularity that a lot of the male characters.
It was like
got.
the whole arc with the Thor as a woman, and it's like, but there was Freya, and like there are actual Asgardian females that were pretty cool. Like, why did you feel the weird need to just gender swap and then give her their name? Because it wasn't technically a gender swap. They didn't make Thor technically a female, but since they insisted on giving the name, they also did.
Yeah.
And I was like, or you could use.
But I mean, Marvel
Valkyrie.
Marvel doesn't do that very often anyway. It doesn't gender swap the character itself. They tend to take the less known female characters and sort of escalate, rise them to higher position in the giving them some extra power, stuff like
They
that.
do have they have always had good female representation. DC's the one that's kind of light in the tail for female characters. They have some, but for their main roster is a little bit shy. You have to get down into like Batman and Arrow's Rogues Gallery and Allies to get to female characters, and even their heavy hitters are a bit light on that. Whereas, like, especially once again, X-Men, I'm so happy they have X-Men because now maybe they'll just use good female characters.
We do have some good examples of gender bending comic book characters as well. I mean, we both said this before. The Doc Ock in the Spider-Verse.
I did like female Doc Ock in Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
She was
cool.
Can I just say that was also an alternate reality?
No, it was. It was.
So it wasn't really a gender bend. It was the Doc Ock of the different universe.
It was a gender bend, but it actually had reason and fit within the storyline. I mean, but yeah.
Because they even let you know because Peter Parker didn't realize that was Doc Ock until then. And he's like, oh, I think he even said something like, oh, your Doc Ock's a woman.
I mean, generally, film in general tends to be an alternate reality versus the comics anyway, because none of the film ever truly matches the comics. So if
I should probably stop looking.
Yeah. If being an alternate universe is the only criteria to gender bend your heart out, then pretty much any movie could gender bend their heart out because none of them match the comic books. So, I mean, you usually take the excuse of, well, this is an alternate telling or an alternate version of the story.
Well, a perfect example is like of originals to support Blood Axe's statement. We love Spider-Gwen. Like me and the kids love Spider-Gwen. We wouldn't have liked if one of the like the persons had been actually, this is just gender bent Peter Parker, we probably would have been like, they just did that thing again. But by having Gwen, and then it wasn't Uncle Ben who passed away. I won't spoil it because it's actually pretty cool how they did that, to the point that I'm actually unwilling to spoil it. I like her story. It was way more interesting. And
I think I spoiled it last episode.
Well, you brought up that it was, Peter. Basically, she lost Peter Parker. But that actually was a cool twist that I thought was
I refuse to spoil it.
I didn't expect him to go and spoil it.
Well, now that you brought it up. Hey, if this is your first time here, screw you. You should show up more often. But, yeah. So, I mean, basically, I'm just basically, the long-winded version is I support her statement. There are good female characters. Write your own story. It's a disrespect. But I mean, that's why I do the whole.
Honestly, I mean, it's still one of those things. The gender bending issue with me has never been the fact that they've gender bent. It's the fact that they usually, when they do it, they throw out the because I'm woman type card, or it's very fanfare-ish. They're doing it because they're trying.
The gender becomes their only defining trait and their major trait.
Yeah, usually when they gender bend, that becomes a defining trait of theirs. Gender does.
Well, that's where they messed up with characters like Captain Marvel and stuff. It's that she used to be this hero with her own story, but now it's just about being a woman.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, that should be a part of your life, but that shouldn't be.
And
you're a superhero, and that's the least important trait.
That's more of a problem than the gender bending. The gender bending isn't that much of a problem.
Is that they follow it up with that poor quality?
Yeah,
like I said,
poor quality are the fact that they're female becoming a qualifying trait.
More important is you've got Tesseract power, you were kidnapped by aliens, your mind was erased,
but woman.
You're fighting an erasure. No, it's about being a woman. There's so much more important crap going on in your life right now that you probably should not be thinking about that. No, that's more important than anything.
I mean, to me, I think that belittles the gender, because you're like,
I can't get past this.
Yeah.
All I can think about is that I'm a woman and I must be a strong woman and a role model. It's like, could you save the earth first? Could you save all these lives before you worry about that? No. All right, then you're a crap hero. So, I mean, a little kid from like New York, little Peter Spider-Man's got more focus than you. That's sad.
But generally, no, there's no reason to just let's change this.
All right, let's go to the finale.
The finale!
The most magic trailer ever seen. The most amazing movie.
And I can only show snippets, right?
Yeah,
It started on a farm with a man that settled down.
Oh.
You couldn't think this was a real, or this could have been Magneto's story from the Apocalypse movie. It's like on a farm.
Anyway, Fast and the Furious 9, people. So if you have not watched the trailer for Fast and the Furious 9, all I gotta say
watch it 3 or 4 times.
I am really excited for the next superhero movie, Fast and the Furious 9.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say?
This is phase 4 of Marvel, right? I thought it was phase 4 of Marvel. These men and women are superhuman. By the way, I always knew John Cena and Vin Diesel were related. I mean, you can see it in the face, and just they're clearly related. By the way, I'm not spoiling this. The trailer has no secrets. The trailer tells you John Cena is whatever Vin Diesel's character's name's brother. It tells you he's got a family. It shows his family. Yeah, he's supposed to be Vin Diesel's brother.
I didn't.
You were distracted by.
Well, no, I saw where they said it's so and so's brother, but I wasn't sure if that. I didn't know that was Vin
John
Diesel's
Cena
character.
is supposed to be his brother.
I've forgotten everything.
Look at this family resemblance.
I've forgotten. Did they give? Hold on, go back there.
Look, they have the same gender.
Did they give John Cena a tan? Like, he looks tanner there.
They're trying. They tried.
I think it's just the lighting. But
this trailer consists of, I think we counted out 4 times people should have died by falling off of buildings, bridges, getting hit by vehicles and sent flying 50 feet in the air to land on the hood of another vehicle and be like, ow.
Rocket engines.
Rocket cars. Cartoon physics.
Rocket engines on cars.
And that's not the crazy part. They spoil all the secrets. The dude that died in Fast and Furious, I think 3 is alive.
Gravity-defying bridge running.
No, you go back to that picture, damn it. You show that. This People have been tripping about what I'm going to show you later, but this is physically impossible. You cannot drive a vehicle across a bridge with no suspension. That is not physically possible. That car is
because
flying.
there's no grip there. There's nothing to grip.
No, it drives across the bridge because magic. But if you think that's something...
But thus superheroes. I'm telling you, man, they have...
Keep going. There. Yes, a little more. Right there. No, back. You go back, dang it, Benedict. You go back.
Aren't you looking for the...
No. I want to show them catching the car midair.
Oh.
Yes, their vehicle gets caught midair by a jet because Transformers, I don't know. Then it's that. Yeah, there it was. You had it. Sorry, our editor's a little under the weather.
Well, no, it's not the easiest thing to do with these.
I'm teasing her.
There's the catch in the car.
It caught a car midair because that's something you could do without dying.
Yeah.
But then finally, what other people have been flipping out more than me it's the bridge, Tarzan. Keep going. They swing a car on a vine. But for me, that's still less physically defined than just driving on air with the bridge. So I go magic cars. Xeno has put forth that they're all mystical superheroes.
Yes, yeah.
With the power to defy gravity and survive all injuries.
Mm-hmm. Invulnerability and
telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
You said telekinesis.
And then you have there's the Terminator theory that somebody
put out
had.
that like their robots are Terminators. That's hilarious.
And then there's
Han is alive, by the way. I'm not spoiling that. It's in the trailer. There are no secrets for this movie. They tell you John Cena and his brother. They show you his family getting kidnapped, and they show Han's alive.
Well, I mean, it's like the up next video.
But also it was
for the trailer is Han's alive. So.
Yeah. So Han's alive if you didn't know.
But yeah, no, I mean, now you mentioned maybe cultivation.
I mentioned that for those out there that I believe that the cars or their drivers were all Dragon Ball Z style cultivators with ki and energy powers, and that's how they do this. Because we see Vin Diesel get his head smashed through like an archway that's solid and not flinch. We saw his love interest, I don't know her name, get like hit by a truck when she was on a motorcycle, sit flying, land on the hood of Vin Diesel's car, and be okay.
Well, you see, he matched speed.
Yeah, he caught her with his hood, and that worked.
Yeah, matched speed to stop the.
Like I said, Kamehameha would be more realistic in this movie. Then, like, they fall out of a 3-story window. They fall out of a 4-story bridge. They just fall off of things and are okay. Vin Diesel fights off, like, he eventually goes down, but he's fighting off, like, 20 people.
Like parkour and landing properly and all that stuff. You know, I mean, all this stuff is reasonable.
Fast and Furious is now a superhero series.
But yeah, no, superheroes. Yeah.
I now support that. I can't remember what YouTuber it is, but he's been saying they need to cross this over with Jurassic Park and just because the last Jurassic Parks were pretty stupid, so they just go and add dinosaurs. That's all you got left.
Superhumans.
Some people say they need to go to space. I don't know.
We all find out that all these universes are made from are genetically altered humans.
It's all created by Dr. Manhattan, who was really bored and just said, physics are more of a suggestion, not a rule. Yeah. It's just a suggestion. So, but the trailer is amazing. I'm not saying you should go see the movie, but you should definitely watch the trailer. The trailer is worth the watch. It's the funniest trailer I've ever seen. I mean, I haven't seen anything this wild in a while. It's cartoon. Honestly, what it really is a return of Looney Tunes. This is live action Looney Tunes. Roger Rabbit had more realistic physics.
All right. So I think that's gonna wrap it up. Blood Axe asks if you're gonna do Master Horde tonight.
Blood Axe, man, I gotta get all my stuff ready I gotta iron and get some more stuff ready. I'm not done.
So yeah. Join Dicejunkies on Xbox Live if you want to play games with Blood Axe and Q's on there. Yeah. I'm on there occasionally, but not very often.
Mr.
Check
Blood
out,
Axe on
follow
Gears.
our message, Mr._Blood Axe. And
I'm not quitting. I'm starting a new job, sucker.
But yeah, so thanks guys for watching. Be sure to check us out every Sunday at 3:30 if you want to join us live with the chat room and all that on Twitch. We are looking at possibly doing YouTube live eventually, but I mean, right now we're sticking with Twitch until I have time to investigate that a little more on whether or not we decide to go that route. If you're listening or watching this, if you think you'd be more likely to watch us live if we're on YouTube, shoot us a message so we'll know, because, you know, we'd love to know where people would prefer to see us do this live show. Also, you can catch us on the podcast and YouTube and all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, throw a comment, and you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that. Go to Dicejunkies.com to check out the links where we can be found. And if you want to support us, patreon.com/Dicejunkies. You can support us there. Thanks for watching. As always, we hope you enjoy.